So I got a commenter on one of my videos saying that he hit an inside-out backhand and it surprised his opponent. And yes, it can be surprising. I believe the inside-out backhand is the most unexpected shot that you can hit, simply because it's coming from the forehand side, right? So picture Silas here. Silas is the one returning. If he hits an inside-out backhand, right, it's coming from his forehand side, coming from the deuce side, and it's somewhat not a place where you hit a backhand, right? Also, the direction in itself, right? It's going cross court, but hitting a backhand in this way, going the opposite direction diagonally, you don't see that quite often. And the backhand itself is usually the weakness of many tennis players. And if you have a great backhand, all those things, right? The being on the deuce side, hitting a great backhand, and it's going diagonal like this, that could be a very surprising shot. And when do you hit inside-out backhands? Well, you could certainly run around your forehand to hit an inside-out backhand, but that's very tough to do, right? And very unorthodox. I don't really recommend it, but that's certainly an option if you like to do that. But here's 3 situations where you're going to need that inside-out backhand. And here on the deuce side, the return of serve, deuce side, and here's Silas about to return, you're going to need that inside-out backhand to counter good T serves, right? So here's a T serve that I did. Here's me about to serve. So I go for this T serve, and, I thought it was, well hit as far as the serve is concerned. But, Silas has a very good backhand. He takes a very short backswing, and also a very short follow through here, as you can see. And this goes inside out. And again, it's surprising that this direction and coming from that backhand, it's a very surprising shot. And, if you have players that have very good backhands, whether you have a two-handed backhand or one-handed backhand, this direction here, and it just shoots off the court, it's going away from you, that can be very much a weapon on the return of serve. And in this situation, it's the serve +1, and these are my favorite situations to go for those inside-out backhands. So I serve here to Andrew, and Andrew returns straight right back at me. And here I could choose to do a forehand or choose to do a backhand, but I like my backhand, and usually opponents, again, are surprised by these inside-out backhands. You expect the backhand to go maybe inside in, going to Andrew's backhand side, right? But here's a time where you just go behind them, right? Go behind them and kind of surprise them. And so I went with this backhand inside out. And again, there's, if you get the good timing, right? If you take it early enough, you could really stun them with this shot. And in this situation, it's not as common, but if you play a lot of singles matches, you'll eventually find yourself a lot in these type of situations. So I serve to Daniel here, and let's just see how this point plays out. And I hit this forehand cross court, and here Daniel gets pulled off the court, right? He's pulled off the court here, and he's beyond the doubles alley. And now he's trying to run back into the court, trying to recover. I hit this backhand pretty much to the center of the court, and here's a backhand inside out that he'll do. But for me, I think, when you see these kind of points play out, you feel that the backhand is going to go over here. You just feel that your opponent's going to hit it there. And I actually split step there, but, Daniel hits it maybe a little late, but it was well struck. And this goes deep, surprises me, and I'm not able to get to that ball. So you will see these type of situations a lot where, you find yourself hitting a backhand on that deuce side. And if you have a good backhand, right, you just go for it here. More often than not, you'll surprise your opponent. And these backhand inside outs, I think you got to practice this. This is not an easy shot, even if you have a great backhand. You got to practice this because, it's just a different way of hitting the ball. You have to get it late, but also you need good timing, right? This ball needs to be hit maybe a little early than usual, right? So when Daniel hits this, it's still coming off the rise, but you're kind of hitting it late, meaning it's kind of traveling almost behind you, right? So that's probably the perfect time to hit an inside-out backhand. So look for these 3 situations, and go for those inside out backhands. If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.